బాగానే ఉంటుంది మరి, నాకు ఇవ్వలేదు.
లైవ్ స్ట్రీమ్ వచ్చేసింది. ఓకే,
ఓకే
గాట్ ఇట్. నేను లింక్ నేను గ్రూప్ లో ఫార్వర్డ్ చేస్తాలేండి.
ఓకే రైట్.
మీరైతే మీరు కంటిన్యూ చేయండి సార్.
Shall we will start continuing this. And earlier we discussed about personality. What is personality? Allport's definition. Allport definition. And then we discussed about the initial personality development during the childhood, toilet training and the separation anxiety, all those aspects step by step we have discussed. And then we discussed about the permanent aspects of relatively permanent aspects of personality, that is structure, and dynamic aspect of personality, that is process. Once you know this structure and process, we went on to discuss the development and growth during the early childhood. And then factors that influence development of psychology, biological factors we discussed. In biological aspects, we discussed about the genes, chromosomes, and then the neurological system and endocrinal system. All these aspects we discussed. Then we discussed about the social factors that influence the personality development. In that, past social development, how it influences, and then current social, contemporaneous social aspects, how they influence the psychology, personality development of the person we have discussed. Then we move to certain aspects like anxiety, toilet training issues. We discussed threadbare. Now also discussed about the mechanisms of socialization, which includes 4 aspects of acquisition and inhibition, that is reward, punishment, and imitation and identification. Once we have done that one, we now on online we are scheduled to have 8 classes. So in each class we will cover 2 personality theories. Now personality theories are there, how personality develops according to different perspectives we discuss. In the today's class we will discuss about the psychoanalytical theories. In that, Sigmund Freud's theory and Carl Jung's theory, Jung's theory we will discuss. Regarding Sigmund Freud, from first year in every book we are having a psychoanalytical approach. For in social psychology we are having, psychopathology we are having, also principles of psychology we are having. So we already know much about this aspect of personality development given by Freud. Now we go for, we will discuss in every personality development, we generally discuss that perspectives, definition of personality. Then here the Freud's psychoanalytical theory, we discuss about the Freud's definition of human personality. Then according to what is the structure of personality, second point. Third point is what is the personality dynamics. It includes how the energy flows and what are the functions of it. Then we discuss about developmental stages, how personality develops in stages we discuss. After the defense mechanisms given by Freud and Anna Freud will discuss. Then Freud gave certain solutions or hints for the personality development that we will discuss. Finally, if time permits, the method of Freud in analyzing the personality we will discuss. Now coming to the human personality definition given by Freud. According to Freud, our personality is determined by our early childhood experiences, which we get from the attitude of parents or parental figures during the early childhood, which provides us the prolonged pleasure or pleasure in terms of satisfaction or dissatisfaction. How the satisfaction and dissatisfaction mold our personality is discussed by Freud. So these experiences processed within the human life span development. For each lifespan, we are having certain traits to be developed by person. It is deterministic. So that proper traits are developed during those stages of infancy or childhood and adulthood, those aspects are there, which Freud has given. Those aspects are not reached, then there will be problem with the coping skills and functionality issues. And according to Freud, personality has a structure. It has 3 elements in that structure. We will discuss in detail later. These are ego, superego, and id. These will be at a conflict most of the time in our life. So how these intrapsychic conflicts influence our personality is given by Freud. Then comes, he says that this personality is a complex phenomena. No single element of this personality structure singly, only independently influences. It is interaction among all these 3 aspects that personality develops. Then this personality is developed in stages. He says personality developed in stages. He gave 5 stages that we will discuss subsequently. During this personality development process, if the child he won't develop proper traits during his early stages, it causes imbalance in his personality. That's why Freud emphasized on balanced personality development. So during this process, while defining the personality, Freud uses the word character. Character generally means the word, the moral aspects of what is good and what is bad. But here, character means a trait. This point we have to note while studying Freud. So now let us second. This is about personality. This is summarizing. Personality development happens in stages in the age, and then there will be certain experiences, bad or good experiences. These experiences will influence the personality or behavior. If they are bad, it will impact the coping skills and causes psychopathology. So now coming to the structure of personality given by Freud. According to Freud, there are 3 elements, 3 components of this personality structure. This is also called the structure of the psyche. Psyche means personality. According to Freud or Jung, both use the word psyche. Id is, suppose we are getting an idea in the now also, suppose you want to take away some pen from others' pocket, then that desire to take, the need to take it immediately from others' pocket without asking them or without purchasing them, maybe purchasing it outside, is coming from this id. Id says you enjoy instantaneously. That is pleasure principle. Then comes ego. Ego says, no, it is not a social norm or social accepted procedure to take away others' property without their consent. So you should be realistic. That is what ego says there. That ego, that is called as ego. This ego follows the principle of reality. Then comes the superego, which works on moral principles. It says certain prescriptions both to ego and id. What it says moral principles, it tells in terms of 2 aspects. One is ideal ego. Second one is conscience. Ideal ego says that you should behave in this way according to these moral principles. It tells to the ego. Then there could be conflict between ego and ego if it is not practical. Similarly, there is superego will be telling to ego, no, you should not behave like that. You should not harass certain person or animal. It is not human. That's superego says. Then this id may not follow it. There will be conflict between these 2. So ego also tells id that no, it is not appropriate time to satisfy your need. You have to wait. It is a social norm or moral norm. Moral norm is told by superego. Social norms are told by ego. These 3 will be at loggerheads most of the time. When this conflict is not resolved, it causes certain problems in the personality. This is intrapsychic conflict. These are called intrapsychic conflicts. Then comes id will be having its own energy. It is called as libido. Libido is sex energy. Freud initially said that libido is sex energy. Subsequently, he modified. He modified many aspects of his theory. One among them is libido. Libido he considers as other basic needs of the survivor. That includes hunger, food, drinking, and love. All these are also part of libido. So libido is the basic biological energy. Earlier, he told that it is sex energy. Now, he later called it as biological energy. So, is having two instincts. That is, one is survival, another one is death. Then that is one is called life instinct. That is all the desires or instincts that require those are required for the survival are called life instinct. Life instinct is not a single instinct. It is the multiple instincts together are called life instincts. This is used by the word EROS, eros. Its principle is life preservation and procreation. So second one is the second instinct is destructive instinct. When this pleasure principle is not functioning and it is controlled severely by the ego and superego, then they adopt this. Id adopts the destruction process. These are all different destructive instincts are there, all put together that are called thanatos. Thanatos and eros are two instincts, life instinct and death instinct. So if it is not fulfilled, when the eros or life instincts are not fulfilled, then it develops guilt. When that guilt develops and ego feels that I cannot satisfy my needs, what is the use of this life? Then it can harm others or kill itself. So suicidal aspects comes there. So these aspects are called the instincts. Instincts are part of the id. Id is driven by the libido energy. This is what we have to write in examination. Then comes ego. In the personality, ego is the balancing aspect. Ego is the executor. Whatever id says, ego tries to satisfy it following social norms. It follows real world rules and regulations. And also it tries to moderate both id and superego, moral principles and instant pleasure principles. So it uses logic and reality principle. It uses both reason and reality principle. And third one is superego. Before we discuss superego, ego, its function is, earlier Freud told that its function is only socialization or self. Now, subsequently, he modified that, saying that ego functions include tolerance, judgment, feeling, what subsequently Jung adopted in the functions of the personality. So it includes intellectual functioning, memory. These are added by Freud. Superego works on moral principles, as I already discussed. Ideal ego is there. It tells ideal behavior for ego, how to behave in society. Then conscience says that what is good and what is bad. If these are not fulfilled, even ego gives tension and anxiety to the person, and it causes guilt. Guilt means mana aparadha bhavana. I could not perform what is supposed to be. It was injustice. Some concepts will be developed. The guilt also leads to the destruction of self or others. So ultimately, there are intrapsychic conflicts when we tell there are a conflict between id and ego, id and superego and ego. Now summarizing, ego works on reality principle and rationality principle. Id works on instincts and its principle is pleasure principle, instant satiation. So there is no waiting period. The animal nature is there. Ego is balanced in nature. It is social. Human being become here social being. And superego makes human being a moral being or a spiritual being. Okay. Now, this man is born with ego, born with Eid. That is instant satiation. Subsequently, as he grows, he develops ego. At the age of up to the age of 3 years, he develops ego. Man is born with ego. Eid. Ego is developed up to 3 years, and super ego develops from the age of 5 onwards. So this you have to remember while writing personality structure of the personality. 3 anxieties. All these 3 will give anxiety: the libidinal anxiety, ego anxiety, and moral anxiety. Here, Freud says these intrapsychic conflicts are not resolved. Then there will be unbalanced personality. If they are resolved, we will have a balanced personality, and healthy personality will be there. While telling this, Freud also says that there is no perfect personality to tell. It depends on individual to individual, depending on the circumstances in family, birth, and social environment. Most of the people say that Freud ignored social aspects. Freud included social aspects also in subsequent developments. Now, question is how to make human beings more balanced person. How to make it? Then for that, Freud gave certain solutions. We'll discuss at the end. Now I will bypass that. According to Freud, there is functionality of functions are given to the individual person. They are called dynamic. They are not static, because this behavior is not static, dynamically changing depending on the circumstances, needs, the demands, ego's restrictions, and super ego's prescriptions. So where from this functioning of a dynamism comes? For the dynamic functioning of personality, human being needs energy. This energy is called as psychic energy, which balances all these 3: ego, superego, and Freud says that there is this energy is single energy there in the universe that is getting converted or translated into physiochemical energy in terms of plants and water and other things. That energy is getting converted into bioenergy within the body. For this bioenergy, again converted into the psychic energy for the brain, mind, or personality. So the bioenergy is libido energy. Psychic energy is which manages these 3 aspects of ego, superego, and consciousness and subconscious unconsciousness. This is called psychic energy. This is also called as Freud's monism. That means Advaita Bhavana, what we call. So there is no separate bioenergy or mental energy and physical energy or social energy or external energy or universal energy. All are one and same. They get converted. There is a conservation of energy principle. This is what Jung also taken from it. This theory is also called as, this concept is also called as singleness of existence. Monism is also called as singleness of existence. Then comes consciousness. There is a structure of mind. It is not brain. Please remember, structure of mind. There is consciousness and pre-consciousness and subconscious. We all see in the book also it is given. Iceberg is given. So there are 2-3 aspects. Consciousness always thinks about the current events and feelings and thoughts. And subconscious, pre-consciousness, or some people call it subconsciousness, it stores the knowledge, memories, and habits. Some things which we cannot immediately recollect will be there we can recollect, but we may not immediately recollect, but we may recollect after some time, are also stored in the pre-conscious. In unconscious, there will be things which are not readily recollectible. But this unconscious, Freud says that whatever we are having difficulty in adopting, for example, there is an anxiety caused by mother, anxiety is caused by father, anxiety is caused by moral principles, anxiety is caused by ego principles of reality or social norms, and sex desires caused by sex anxiety, caused by all these, if they are not satisfied, then it will cause tension, anxiety. If that anxiety continues, then you will get some psychopathology or diseases, and we will get ill health. So in order to protect these, our ego tries to push them into the unconscious mind. This unconscious mind will have forbidden desires, anxieties, suppresses those anxieties and frustrations and conflicts. Frustrations, anxieties, conflicts, and desires, which are not accepted or not satisfied, they will be pushed into the unconscious mind to protect the human organism. This is about structure of mind. Structure of mind, please remember that id is completely unconscious, but it is more powerful than other two. Similarly, unconscious is more powerful than the other two, that is subconscious and conscious mind. It is the ego that is the horse rider. Horse is id, ego is the horse rider. So this id is controlled by the ego. Even though id is powerful, ego controls it through social norms and principles. So once this concept is clear, we should also understand that E is completely unconscious. Superego and ego will be there in all three structures. Most of the ego is in the conscious part. So this is about the structure of the mind and the functioning of the mind. This is also called as functioning of the personality. Next comes what we properly understand. We need to understand proper development of the personality. Freud classified into 5 stages. First stage is oral stage, 0 to 1.5 years. During this period, the more satisfying zone of the infant will be mouth. Oral means lips, tongue, and buccal cavity and the lips. This is oral. This is where the energy of libido is concentrated. It is more sensitive part. When child takes birth, at that point of entire body is sensitive. Wherever you touch him, he smiles. He reacts. Subsequently, after few weeks, its concentration will be there. This energy of libido energy or satisfying zone will be mouth. Here, if a parent or especially mother influence in this period, mother feeds the boy, overfeeds, it causes problem. Underfeeds, it causes problem. These problems are called fixations, overfeeding and underfeeding. If overfeeding is there, overfeeding is done by the mother. Mother is symbol of love here. Subsequent stages, symbol of love is moved from mother to the father in the phallic stage. So here, boy while sucking more time, if that mother suddenly stops after prolonged satisfying by nursing, then what type of psychology, personality the child develops? It is the psychology of dependence. So what Freud suggests the mothers is not to feed for a long time. After 6 to 9 months, one has to stop, and artificial or natural feeding should be stopped. So similarly, if this happens, it can subsequently develop in chain smoking also in the later periods. So then comes not only sucking the breast, but also sometimes child, when prolonged feeding is there, child will be biting the nipple. If that is not stopped within 6 months or 9 months, then the personality, a type of unbalanced personality develop. That personality, fault finding, critical nature. That persons can become a good literary works due to fault finding people. So this is how the personality develops through the prolonged feeling. Then comes a dissatisfied feeling. Then when a child got frustration that mother is not feeding in time and catering his needs, that frustration becomes a troublesome point for him. So the more the dissatisfaction, more frustration, lesser the tolerance period. So if tolerance period is less, he may become violent child or he may become a resistant child. So when this frustration happens because he's not having proper food and nurturing, then that energy gets diverted to bad habits like smoking, drinking, overeating, bulimia. These concepts will be there. Then it also gives, because mother is not giving, it gives separation anxiety. This is in-depth discussed by Erickson in psychosocial development. So next comes the anal phase. Anal phase comes 1.5 years to 3 years. Here, child, the enjoyable or satisfying zone will be anus, because mother is washing his anus slowly. He gets type of satisfaction or happiness in that, pleasure in that. So during that toilet, if this toilet training is over training or under training is there, then also it gives personality problems. They are called fixations here. If a prolonged anal cleaning is done because boy is enjoying, then it gives 3 types of problems. That is called anal trio. He will become very stingy. That means they won't spend money. Everything they are gathering, paper gathering or articles gathering. Some people will be gathering many things at home. Then comes the OCD, like doing things repetitively. This is also another point that leads to the OCD. So 3 things are stingy and repetition of behavior will be there. Then thrifting will be there. Then dissatisfaction by the mother also leads to extravagant behavior. Prolonged dissatisfaction leads to, there will be their expenditure will be huge and unnecessarily incurring expenditure. They will become shabby. They won't keep things in order. Also, disobedient children will come. That is called obedience deficient children. This is ODT. So during this period, Freud says that we should give proper assurance to the child through giving respect to him, giving proper feeding and caring. These aspects are done. Otherwise, child will develop abnormal behavior. So as these fears are there, these fears are once they are there, they will be there. They convert into the fixation. These fixations will become lifelong aspects influencing the behavior. Then comes the phallic stage, 4 to 6 years. Here it is very critical period. There will be characters developed during this period. Boy will be playing with genitals during the period. And here, first 2 phases, mother plays important role. And then in the third, this phallic phase, father plays more important role. Here, the mother figure and father figure, 2 things Freud says. Mother, if mother is not there, whoever so takes care of his needs is called mother figure. If father is dead, the father is not available, whoever helps him in his needs or personality development and providing security and love, they influences his personality during this period. Father figure, mother figures. So there will be during this period, if because child think during this period that mother is giving care to the father and ignoring him. If such feeling comes, this boy develops a type of hatred towards the father. There is this concept is it leads to anxiety named as Oedipus complex. There is a story for Oedipus complex. In the Greco-Roman mythology, that name is given. Oedipus name is given. Second one is similarly female girl child develop similar concept. So that next comes during this period, boy always compares himself to the father physique and father personality. If he is, because he is personalities comparatively stronger and bigger in organ-wise also. This boy starts developing inferiority complex. This is what Freud says, and compared to the father. Then also develops the primary narcissism. That means self-orientation. I should be taken care. Why they are ignoring me? It become egoistic, selfish nature will be developing during this period. This is called primary narcissism. Girl will be sitting before the mirror and looking at her face frequently during this period. So this is called primary narcissism. These three issues will be developing in the child. In order to resolve, Freud says that mother should play important role and mother should give assurance that father takes care of him. Father care and love is important. So she takes him to the boy or girl or infant to the father, and they make them to play. Subsequently, father will be taking care of the child, bringing toys, clothes, giving food. Then child starts identifying with the father. This is a defense mechanism. That is a protective mechanism. Earlier, he is hating him. In order to cope up with mother, plays role, and he makes him to identify with. She makes him to identify with father, and assures that father is also pleasure giving and a loving person. Father gives security. Father helps him in personality. That's why he starts imitating, because he identifies father. He starts imitating with the activities of the father. So then this is, and also through father, he learns how to behave in society, how to respect others, how to sit, how to stand in public, how to talk with others. These aspects are taught by the father. According to Freud, in this period of the phallic stage, father plays important role. To give more important role to the father, mother should play important role in bringing a rapport between the child and the father. This is part of the socialization given by the Freud. Fourth stage is latent stage. In this stage, there will be no psychosexual development, but consolidation of traits will be there. More socialization happens. He becomes, he identifies with other peers, friends, elderly persons in the society. Especially here, Freud says it is the father figure. Father figure means a teacher. Here he goes to the school. Latent period is 6 to 12 years. Here, teacher plays important role in teaching him how to behave, and it helps in development of the personality. This is during the latent period. But during this latent period, superego develops. Father and father figure outside the society, elders, will give him social norms. Once the social norms are coming, morals are coming, or spiritual or God-related spiritual aspects also, parents or culture will be teaching them. They will be imbibing by imitating or observing. So superego, what is good, what is not good, also develops during this period. During this period only, concepts of God also develop. The child thinks God is the larger figure of the father. So that's why God also takes care when his needs are not fulfilled or anxieties are not fulfilled. This is what Freud observed in the children. Then final one is a genital phase. During the genital age, this is after puberty. Real sexual development, sexual desires are fulfilled during this period. Institution of marriage plays important role, and he starts getting employment. Sexual impulses are satisfied. Also, there is a possibility of homosexual development. If sexual desires are not satisfied during this period, it can also causes psychopathology. But in order to protect him, Freud gave certain mechanisms from all these fixations and the complexes and undesired, unfulfilled desires or prohibited desires. The intrapsychic conflict, Freud gave certain solutions. Like one is the parental role and the teacher's role in socializing the person. Once socialization takes place, The socialization is the functioning of the ego. That is called, Freud says, ego strengthening features. Parents, during the earlier we discussed about different fixations. In order to overcome, parental role is there. Then he gave about the defense mechanism. In the ego, in order to protect the person from suffering from the anxieties, earlier we told, sexual and financial or the social anxieties, whatever are there, they have, if they are not fulfilled, then ego pushes them into unconscious mind using defense mechanisms. When ego failed, then only defense mechanisms are adopted. These are adopted by the ego only. Mostly unconsciously, it is ego. Ego is there in all three areas of the mind: unconscious, unconscious, subconscious. So in the unconscious mind, ego adopts this. Also, unconscious mind, apart from enabling ego to develop and use the defense mechanism, it also gives the defense the unfulfilled desires get fulfilled in dreams. Unconscious mind, it becomes creative, just like the unconscious mind is also creative. That creativity is not reflected in the conscious mind, because unconscious mind gets reflected in the dreams when you are sleeping. Mostly conscious mind rules during the daytime or awakening period. So there are different defense mechanisms that are easy to understand. You can refer that. We will discuss the Jung's psychology now. So Freud psychology will stop here. We'll go for Jung's psychology. Okay. Are there any doubts regarding Freud's psychopathology? Sorry, psychoanalysis? Now we will go for Jung's personality. He is the student of Freud. Jung differed with Freud and gave analytical theory. Instead of psychoanalysis, he used analytical theory of psychology. So here he differed in terms of unconscious mind. He says that, libido. He says that libido is not sex energy, but it is a general motivating energy, general energy. And regarding the unconscious mind, here Freud says that unconscious mind contains the repressed anxieties, unfulfilled desires, and conflicts and fixations. These are there in the unconscious. But Jung says this unconscious content not only the individual's unfulfilled desires, but also ancestral past, that is, which comes from the genetically through ancestors. Our ancestors, whatever they experienced in their life, that will be carried over to our unconscious mind. That is collective unconscious. There are two aspects told by Jung. One is individualized unconscious, and that is called personal unconscious, and the collective unconscious of our ancestors. Also, regarding the cause of the behavior, mostly the Freud discussed more about the past experience in the child. Jung mostly discussed about the current experiences. Adler's individualized personality, he discussed mostly about the future. Once we know the differences, let us, in the similar fashion of how we discussed about definition of personality, structure of personality, and the dynamism of personality functioning, and types of personality, that we will discuss here also. Here, Jung says that personality is adjustment with the social and physical environment by adopting different kinds of functions like thinking, emotion, behavior, conscious, unconscious process. This is about the definition of personality. Next comes in the structure of the personality. He discusses about, earlier we discussed, Freud says about personality structure, ego, superego. Here he deviated and mixed ego, the structure of personality and mind combined, and brought in consciousness and unconsciousness. In the consciousness, he also put ego. That we will discuss now. So now the conscious and ego is, consciousness is part of the mind. It always thinks about the present. All present thoughts are there here in the consciousness, feeling and memories. So day-to-day functions are done through consciousness. Unconsciousness is two types. Earlier, personal unconsciousness, what we cannot immediately recollect, or whatever memories that are we pushed into the unconscious mind, as told by the Freud. Jung also adopted them. Apart from that, he told about our ancestral traits, what inherited traits. They are called as collective unconscious. They are stored in the collective unconscious. There are many aspects like that, including feeling, behaviors, beliefs, rituals, emotions. They are mostly by observing the religious and the cultural aspects of India and China and the Christian other cultures. He came to this conclusion, depending on the pictographical presentations or symbols used. He came to this. Yeah, in that, he says that there are certain features which our ancestors give to us. They are stored in the unconscious. Sorry, somebody is, please mute, sir. Please mute. Sir, please, somebody is unmuted. And please. So here, certain features, whatever we store in the unconscious mind, unconsciously, they are called as archetypes. According to Freud, there are certain root archetypes and primary archetypes and secondary archetypes. Primary archetypes are, because mother, if you say mother, we will collect many things. Mother is sacrificing, mother is a symbol of love, mother is nurturing. These concepts will be there. Immediately when we say mother, we recollect. Immediately whatever we recollect by using that word is called, this is called as primary archetype. Then father. For father also we have similar meanings. Father is a protector, father provides security, father develops personality, father helps you, father is a nurturer. These aspects. Similarly, hero archetype is there. You either worship or follow or imitate or model some persons. They are heroes for you in our life. Apart from this, there are certain secondary group of thoughts in your mind which are called as archetypes, which comes from the parent, our ancestors, or through your experience, suppressed emotions or conflicts. These are called secondary archetypes. One is self, second one is shadow, third one is anima, animus, and fourth one is persona. Then here the persona is nothing but the mask, how you behave with other people with the different roles, as a father, as a employer, as a brother-in-law. Similarly, different roles will be as a neighbor, different roles will be there. This is not the original personality of you, but you will be exhibiting other than your original personality outside. Your original personality is nothing but the self. Then comes the animus. Every person will be having opposite sex characters, traits. For example, anima is there because male and female living together for centuries. Male figures, female figures in male are called as anima, and male features in our traits in the male are called as animus. Shadow is nothing but the id, what Freud told. Id is nothing but the animal instinct which needs immediate satisfaction. But it is sometimes dangerous. It is mostly animal instinct, but it has it also fosters the creativity. This is also told by the Freud. Self is ideal self is that the self is the one which is your real personality. This is ideal. So this is about the archetypes that are there in your mind. Then he also says that the ego is will be there as a ego is there always in the conscious mind. Self is there in the unconscious mind. All these whatever we discuss, anima, archetype, these are all, and anima, animus, shadow, these are there in the unconscious mind. But in personal collective unconscious mind, in personal unconscious mind, there is self. Self is a boundary that is there in all aspects. It is a boundary. It is the governing body which manages all these aspects what we discussed in a person. According to Jung, there are for each personality we have discussed about the structure, the conscious and unconscious part and archetypes. Then we discuss about the attitude of personality and functions of the personality. There are two attitudes primarily told by the Jung. One is extrovert and introvert. Here all his energies are into the inward. That means he thinks about his internal life or introspection and values and this type of future development goals. Everything he will be thinking about. Introvert will be thinking about himself, inward looking, and extrovert will be outward looking, mingles with people, good communication and jovial, and wants to experience different things. He will be there in the extrovert. These are two types. From these two types of attitudes, the person develops four functions. One is sensation, thinking, feeling, and intuition. There are four functions of this. These two, thinking and feeling, Jung says that they are rational. Sensation and intuition, Jung says that they are irrational. So sensation means here from the sensation and the intuition collect information from the outside world. Through senses, if you get the information, all the facts, that is called sensation. When you get it from not from the conscious process, unconsciously we think about what is good, what is bad, general good, and thinking deeper about the issue. This is called intuition. This is information gathering from outside. Then once this information is gathered, it uses two more functions of feeling function and thinking function. Thinking function, mostly it is thinking is done for analysis, logical thinking, and finding solution which is suitable to particular specific situation. That is done not with selfish motive, but objective, what is good and what bad. But in case of feeling, person, it is not about sense. Please remember, the feeling is not about emotions, but it is about values. How you value the others and your work and results. And the feeling person, this functioning always look at harmony within oneself and with the others. It is a general phenomenon, not a specific phenomenon like thinking. It is subjective. Once that comes here, Jung told about these introversion, extroversion as the types, and sensation, intuition as information gathering, and thinking and feeling as decision making. Mayers and Briggs subsequently gave two more functioning, that is judging and persuading. Judging is about planned, organized method of implementing the things systematically. They prepare checklists and doing it. But in case of perceiving functioning of the psych personality, they are more flexible, no plans. On the fly, they will take the decisions and do it. For example, if you go to a restaurant, if you see menu, the judging person will think from A to Z, he will read and take decision. But in case of perceiving person, just look at for 4-5 items very fast and scan and they take the decision to any particular dish. There is no fixed element in there in this. These type of personalities or personality types are given by Jung. Then Jung personality say the dynamics of personality says there is energy, just like Freud. He also says that there is a conservation of energy, physical energy converted into mental energy is converted into their conservation of energy is there. Same, but he differed with the libido. Subsequently, Freud also changed it as suggested by the Jung and others. So there are for this energy, there are 3 principles are there. Principles of opposition. Always there will be opposite function also takes place in the mind. That always this energy tries to balance them. Second one is equivalence. It tries to allocate equal energy to all faculties of the personality. Entropy is there in order to balance. The excess energy goes into the faculty where less energy is there. For a thinking person is having less energy and the feeling person is having less energy, that energy can be directed towards other deficient area. This is what the functioning of called Jung. Then personality, just like Freud, he also told, we did not discuss much about deep, but he is divided into 4 stages of development. One is childhood, adulthood, next one is adulthood, and then middle age, then old age. In the childhood, boy will be playing up to puberty. Here, age is 1 to 13. And then here he will be learning many things. Initially, he is anarchic, like without rules, he will be behave wherever you want to piss it, and he pass the stools, he will be passing whatever you want, he will be doing anarchically. Then monarchically, he will do it with certain restrictions and rules will be there. But he thinks he is the ultimate person. Then adult will be there, puberty to middle age. This he compared with sunrise and sunset. Early childhood is sunrise and adulthood is the noon, and middle age with afternoon, that is 35 to 40. Here person tries to realize self-realization of putting out optimum in terms of employment generation or the regeneration.
Sir, this particular point is stages which you are discussing sunrise. I have not seen in it our material.
Yes, sir. That is not there in our book, sir. It is there in other book. Just
Okay.
I will share this PPT what I prepared, because
thank you, sir.
my there is a problem with my computer. Somehow my voice is not. That's why I could not demo the. I will send the PPT.
I thought I missed that page, something like that.
No. It is not there in our book, sir.
Okay.
It is not. Okay. Thank you. So this old age is compared to the evening of the life. Then here, in this stage, most conscious activities will be declined. Mostly it will coming into the unconscious part. So he will be close to the death. The final one is the method of study is Carl Jung invented or brought out the first test to know the unconsciousness. That is the word association. Suppose I call mother, immediately you recollect some word, whatever you collect, you will write it. Those immediate thoughts that strike your mind are collected for 100 words like that, and they are analyzed. And your unconscious mind is not. Apart from this, subsequently, there are many non-projective tests like Rorschach-King block test or thematic apportionment, TAT, RIBT, and write your sentence completion. There are many aspects of there. Freud unconscious concept is proven by most of these tests, including Jung. That's why Jung and Freud became very close friends in the initial phases. So another method Jung told is just like our clinical aspect. Freud also followed it. He took always symptoms of the client who comes to his clinic and he used to analyze them and identify what are the problems in terms of disease. Word association is to know the unconscious mind. Symptom analysis is to know the person's problem in his personality. So this is about Jung. Any doubts, sir? Our 1 hour class is over. So I will share this PPT and PDF to you, sir.
Sir.
I will send to one.
Sir, this only one sentence, sir. This collective unconscious. What I feel, it is only inheritance. It is another term for inheritance.
Yes, sir. That is not scientifically proven. Now, one critic is these are child develops by socialization, not through collective unconsciousness.
That is what we see in our yes, sir.
Yes,
that is
sir.
what we see in our society. China, India, Japan, that ancestral, cultural, all these things we are. But this is also something genetical factor which
Yes, sir. Subsequently, genetical factor, but it is more towards the parapsychology.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jung visited many places. Even he came to India and learnt about yoga and Shat Chakras, and he developed a therapy for clearing the blocks in the unconsciousness. He is most towards the when he approached Freud, he told that what is your idea about parapsychology? Then Freud told that it is a dark side of the mud. Don't try to do it. Even somebody brought in Ramayana to his notice, saying that there are different issues of psychology, conscious, unconscious. Then Freud told that it is mythology, belief system. No, I don't want to consider that. I want to make generalization through observation. Freud used conditioning, stimulus and reaction, SR model, and object scientific observation. He followed the hypothesis. Unlike Jung. But Jung's greatest contribution to personality types. Now every personality test contains introversion, extraversion, other. And another contribution of Friday word, this test word, sorry, I could not remember it correct. Word association test. With the first person, subsequently, now also we use this word association test to know what is there in the psychology, previous experiences, where are the conflict in his mind, what are stored in unconscious mind. Any more questions, sir? Shall we close, sir?
Fine, sir. Very good, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay, thank
you. Sir, any sliding on image?
Pardon?
Nagabhushan, sir, excuse me.
Please tell me. Please tell me, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
You are audible.
As we got the assignments, may I know what are your expectations in the assignment? Can you just guide on that, ma'am, sir?
No, that our staff will, our Janardhan Reddy sir, or I am not the proper authority to tell it.
Yeah, I just wanted some guidelines on how to go about for doing the assignments for second year, sir. That's it.
So, how you wrote in the first, if you got good marks in the first test, follow the same procedure. Otherwise, see who got more marks and follow you.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Shall we close?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
okay.
Excuse
sir,
me, sir.
Tell me, sir.
Sir, may I know something about you told us energy principles.
Yeah, energy principle, that is biological aspects are taken into psychology. Where from your psychic energy comes is the question. While discussing about psychology, about in a conscious and unconscious one, we have to tell about the energy levels. So how it develops within the body, the conscious energy or biological energy, how they develop is the first question. For that question, they took the help of the physiology and the biological sciences, and Freud came out with the conservation of energy, universal energy, whatever cosmic energy, whatever there in the environment, sun and other things, water, that is converted into the biological energy. Biological energy is converted into physio-biological energy, and that physio-biological energy converted into libido. Freud says libido. Libido is the energy, basic energy, because we are born with sex, grown with sex organs, and also the mother's feeding, mammals Nipples are also sex organs, are part of it. So Freud told that everything comes from the sex, those sex organs. Then subsequently he modified that it is a life energy. So that how this energy flows from one part to other part, this is mostly biological aspect. There is no duality of energies, all are one and same. That is the conservation of this energy principle, simplified existence.
Okay. Again, it is going to monism, right? Advaita.
That is monism only. Yes, that is called
Okay.
monism. Monism is also called as simplified existence concept of Freud. Everybody followed. Nobody deviated from Freud in that aspect.
Okay.
Whoever psychology, different theories are there. Everybody one way or other way follows Freud. Knowingly, unknowingly, consciously, unconsciously, they follow it. Because he is father of the psychology, he gave theory, he gave approach to psychology, he made analysis of personality. He also gave therapy, different techniques. So no other person gave like that. He is the first person to give it. That's why, and from all angles, that's why he call him as the father of psychology.
So no conflicts or controversies about Freud's theories.
Freud theory conflicts, even his own daughter and also his immediate followers, Adler and Jung also criticized him. So subsequent, just regarding the complexes.
Okay.
Complexes, whatever these fixations or unfulfilled desires are there, they get accumulated and become a syndrome. That syndrome is called as complex. Complex are multiple. He gave Oedipus complex, and this Oedipus complex is a part of it. Not only that, psychic conflicts everybody accepted. Morality versus practicality, practicality versus your life needs. If you want more, then ego is asking more, and ego is telling no, you cannot take much. So similarly, superego also telling that morally, contextually, and spiritually, no, you should not do like that. So this ego is the balancer between the superego and ego. So that's what Freud says, excellently says, the man is animal in the initial age. He becomes socialized through ego. Then he becomes moralized through the superego. Bio to social to spiritual. This is the propagation or the developmental process of personality that takes place. Freud is atheist, but whatever his society following, that he told. He told that different issues, how God comes into the existence, how people fear God, fear of Father, how he is extended to fear of God, fear that sense of security from Father extended to the sense of security from the God. He called it that a father figure. God is also super father figure.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Next class is there. Let sir come and shall I stop it? Any more questions, sir, regarding this? But I will share you one link where the mayor and big mother and daughter developed a test to know whether you are thinking person, intuition person, feeling person, or introvert or extrovert. To know that there is a test, I will send that online test. Everybody, please do it. Know yourself, what you are, how you are. That even Freud's theory is also first theory questioning who are you. Who are you means wrong, conscious, unconscious, all these concepts, ego, superego, Freud brought in. Here, who are you? Then Jung says you are the personality types, introvert, extrovert, he brought in. These 8 types of personality types are there. That test is there. Once you do it, all these concepts will be clear. I will send to person whose name is Najendra, I think. I will send to sir. That test. Blackie picture test is there. That also is for Freud. Children, if you give it, phallus stage, what are the conflict in them, what are the fixation in them, what are the anal stage, what are the fixation. All these things we can know through pictures. So that if online is there, I will send it. If you do it, that Freud concept also will become clear. Okay, this PPT I will send because I could not show it now. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Bravo Hyderabad. Class will be continued, or we had to join again? Excuse me, sir. Bravo Hyderabad.
Hello. మీరుంటే నాకేం భయం ఏదో ఒకటి చేసుకుంటే ఇలాగే చేస్తాను అయితే ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అనేది స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి వస్తూ ఉంటాయి ట్రబుల్ షూట్ చేయాలి Hello, sir. Hello. Hello. Sir, is the class over?
Excuse me. Shall we log out of this session and log into another link given? Excuse me, sir. Can anybody answer? Shall we log out of this session? We can't. Can't hear anything.
Okay, the next session is at 11:30. There is separate link for the information as shared by my colleague, Mr. Srinivas Rao.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thanks.
Okay.